First, we'll mix together the dry ingredients. So I'm going to start with a base of oatmeal. I'm just using some old-fashioned oats. I'm going to do a little bit more because I do want to make a big batch of granola. I have a really big container that I want to make sure gets filled up all the way. So let's use 2 cups. A little bit more than 2 cups. I threw in some more there, but the measuring, not as important here because you're just going to throw it all together. It's going to be a granola as long as you're somewhat right and you have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Try to use what you have on hand. A lot of this stuff you can substitute, even the nuts. For my mix, I'm going to be using some cashews, almonds. I have some pecans in there, just a bunch of different things. So just use whatever mix that you have on hand. And then we're going to use pumpkin seeds because, of course, it is a fall-inspired granola, so we have to have pumpkin seeds. For the nuts, it's about 1.5 cups for each of them, each blend. Then we have 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Have to make it sweet, and pumpkin pie spice. Now for my pumpkin pie spice, I know everybody makes theirs a little bit different, but I use cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, allspice, and then just a little dash of cloves to make it a little bit special. This is going to make your house smell so delicious, by the way. And I usually just take a whisk and mix. I guess it would have helped if I used a bigger bowl. I mean, I couldn't find a smaller bowl if I tried. I'm just going to get everything combined before we add our wet ingredients, and I might pour this into a bigger bowl, to be honest with you guys. Yes, I went and got a bigger bowl. This is going to make life so much easier. No fancy storylines or photo shoots here. This is just me cooking in my kitchen, just like I've always done on YouTube. Real old school videos. That smells really good already. Just something about pumpkin pie spice and brown sugar. And this is coming from somebody who, you guys know, I am not a pumpkin pie person. Like the actual pumpkin puree I don't like, but pumpkin pie spice, just something about it is just really warm and comforting. Now you can add in your wet ingredients, and I do, by the way, have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. You don't want it too hot because you don't want the nuts to burn. You just want a slow roast so some of the oils start to come out and they get really, really flavorful. So we're going to do coconut oil today, and then maple syrup. Now feel free to add in some honey if you have it on hand, but I just ran out, so we're going to go with maple syrup, and that's about 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, and I'd say almost 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. But you just want to make sure you mix it with your wooden spoon until every ingredient gets coated, and then we can put it on our baking sheet. Now I'm not going to add the raisins now. If you want to do chocolate chips, raisins, even coconut, I wouldn't really suggest adding it yet, because you don't need that to get too dried out, especially with the raisins. They're going to get really crunchy, and you just really want to get the flavor of the nuts and the oats. That's what we're going for here when we pop this in the oven. I lined my baking sheet with parchment paper. You can also just go ahead and spray it with some oil, canola oil, coconut oil, but you want to make sure it's in a really even layer so that everything just cooks evenly, nothing's burning, and nothing's taking too long, just a nice even coating. Wow, I can't believe how good that smells already. It smells like one of those fall candles from Bath & Body Works. But it's the real deal right here, nothing artificial. The granola sat for 10 minutes just so it came to room temperature a little bit, and we're going to put that right back into our bowl. See, when the kitchen smells like this, it reminds me why I started my YouTube page in the first place. Sometimes I do debate. I'm like, why do I even want to do this? It's 100% a hobby, but this makes me just really realize when my kitchen smells homey and warm, just that passion. I really get that passion back about cooking and baking. Now you can add in the rest of your toppings. We're going to do dried cherries. Usually I would add in dark chocolate chips, but I didn't have any more, so I can't add those in today. And then golden raisins. Give it a mix. Crap, that was good. That went all behind my counter. Then we're going to put it into a container. I just have a big mason jar. Make sure it's cooled all the way before you put it into your container though. And you guys can see how easy that was and what a big batch it makes. Like, see, it's going to fill up this whole entire jar. So it's a really awesome, affordable gift for the holiday season. And then you can customize it for what people like. Here's my jar here, and I still have tons left over, but the one thing this does call for is a really nice big cup of coffee. So I have the coffee brewing. I'm gonna go try some of this right here, my little leftovers I did for the photo. I hope you guys have the chance to make this for your family and friends. Let me know how it makes your kitchen smell, how easy it was, and let me know what other fall kind of winterish recipes you guys wanna see.